this domain. Okay, so what exactly mean by this particular domain and what is mean by domain testing? Okay, I mean, I was making sure that in giving with the information of additional knowledge for the testing team who are working already as a tester or who are planning to get start their career as a tester, how this concept is helping, what exactly mean by this concept, that is what we are going to discuss in this particular session. Okay, so this is a very first session which I have been started. Going forward, you may get some other sessions also, because not like possible to cover all the things in just one session here. For today, I'll try to give in a basic information, a basic overview. In the coming sessions, you will be getting understanding the very detailed information related to this. So let's get started then. So before going to start it, just I want to understand that, is it anyone who has been attending without having any testing knowledge? Like you are totally new to the testing. Is it anyone is there? Just you can respond in the chat window. Like you are totally new to the testing. You are not aware of that. What is mean by testing? Like totally new to the testing. Is that anyone is there? Just you guys can respond in the chat window. Like totally new to testing, or just you are knowing only basic information. Just you can respond in the chat window. By that I can understand that how I can go with my session. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm able to see all the people here. So first what I'll do is I'll give some basic information related to the testing, and then we'll be getting started with domain testing concept here. First, let me complete all my explanation. Let me complete all my explanation at the end of the session. For at the end of the session, I'll be taking with questionnaire session. Like after 45 minutes or after 1 hour, I'll take the questionnaire session. Then I can clarify you all the questions related to your testing or testing guidance or testing career guidance, testing future, whatever information you have been required, I can guide you at the end of the session. So please wait at the end of the session, maximum of 45 minutes or 1 hour. Then I'll be clarifying with all the questions here. Okay, right. Let's get started then. Right. So the very first understanding in this current market, if I'm taking with current market, nowadays you're able to see that a huge growth related to testing part, right? I mean, we have any development jobs are there, some other jobs are there, lot of IT jobs are there. Along with that, testing is one of the market who is having in huge demand. Because if I'm taking with any of IT company, there is no chance of releasing the software or releasing the project into the live environment without performing the testing, right? Any of IT companies, small software, complex, medium level, whatever it can be. If we go with any kind of the software without doing with the testing, you can't release into live environment. But some people may get in a doubt. Sir, nowadays, some of the people are saying that developer only doing the testing and then they are releasing into the market. Just understand in the very simple way, if the same person doing the development and the same person doing the testing, it can be IT related, non-IT related, whatever it can be. You can't expect more quality of the product. For the time being, you can say that it is perfectly working fine. But if you think about with the future wise, you can't give the confirmation that is working correctly. So that is the reason. If you want to provide quality of the product into the market, if you want to deliver a quality product into the market, testing has been mandatory. Because of that reason, nowadays you can cross check that there are lot of open testing jobs are there. Best example, lot of apps, Phone Pay, Google Pay, Paytm, Zomato, Swiggy. If you take any of these particular apps, you guys go to the terms and conditions, you will be able to see one point saying that open for testing. Anyone can test their software. If they got identified any issue in that particular software, they will be giving some prize money. That kind of open testing market has been started because that is how the demand is created. As IT has been increasing, the projects has been increasing. It's mandatory that software testing has been required, tester has been required in the current market. So in simple, if you want to provide, if you want to deliver a quality of the product into the market, testing is mandatory. That particular testing, that particular testing, we can implement in the two ways. Mainly we can implement in the two ways. One will be taking with manual testing. One, it can go with manual testing. Another one, it can go with automation testing. So when you consider software testing, the software testing, it can implement in the two ways. One will be taking with manual testing and one will be taking with automation testing. So the manual testing concept is doing with the help of human interactions. If I'm taking with the manual testing, we can say that doing with the testing with the help of human interactions. That means we are the human beings. We have to go with manual testing. Like we need to launch browser, enter the URL, enter the username, enter the password, clicking on the button, navigating to the page, testing the drop down, testing that button, every functionality, each and every particular functionality you have to do as part of human interactions. In the same way, you can go with automation testing. That automation testing is nothing but doing with the testing with the help of the tools. Automation testing, doing with the testing with the help of the tools. That is what most of the people may heard about, like QTP or taking with Selenium, one major tool available in the market. N number of tools are there. N number of tools are available in the market related to automation testing. So if you guys are planning to start your career as a tester, or if you want to get in a job as a tester, it's mandatory that manual testing and automation testing. So you guys need to be get comfortable taking with manual testing and automation testing. So manual testing need to be performed by human interactions, automation testing done by the tool. As an example, QTP is one tool. We can say that quick test professional. If I'm taking QTP, quick test professional, one tool name. In the same way, Selenium. Lot of tools are there. So you guys need to be get comfortable with manual testing and automation testing. Then only it will become in a more easy to get the job and to survive in the testing industry. Okay. So if I'm taking with manual testing in simple, I'm just giving the overview, not like into very detail we will be getting in the training programs. But today I'm just giving a small overview as part of manual testing, what you need to do in the real time. So in the real time, what you will do as a tester, you will take care about in understanding with the requirement. Because you are the tester. As a tester, you have to understand the requirement. You will take care about in understanding the requirement. Once you are clear about the requirement, you have to come up with the plan. How the testing need to be started, when testing need to be started, when it has to be completed, all that particular plan need to be done. After that, you have to come up with in preparing with test scenarios. As a tester, our job role, you have to prepare test scenarios and need to be get prepared test cases. And after that, you have to take care about in doing test execution. And after that, you have to take care about bug reporting. These are the main activity. So when you are working as a manual tester, when you are working as a manual tester, any project you want to test it, see the advantage of tester when you compare with the developer. When you compare with the developer, assume that you started your career as a Java developer. If you start your career as a Java developer, you need to continue in working, developing with only Java project. Not like you joined as a Java developer and you will work on .NET or you will work on Python. When it's come to the testing, see the advantage. There is no concept of Java tester, Python tester, or .NET tester. There is a concept of software tester. What is it? Software tester. So that means you are eligible to test any kind of the software. Once you learn the testing concept, once you learn with the testing concepts, you will become a comfortable in testing with any kind of the project. It can be Java project, .NET project, Python project, banking project, insurance project, e-commerce, any kind of project, your testing concepts will be the same. In simple, what you will follow, assume that you want to test one banking project, understand the requirement, come up with the plan, prepare the scenarios, prepare the test cases, do the execution, identify the bugs. You want to test insurance project, same step. Java project, the same step. .NET project, steps will be the same. Okay, so that is what we need to be get mentioned, that requirements understanding, test plan, test scenarios, test cases, test execution, bug reporting. That is what manual tester. Automation tester, you have to take the tool, QTP tool, and you have to go with automation. Or Selenium tool, you need to design some scripts. Automation testing is nothing but you have to develop some automation scripts here. That is what exactly the concept of manual tester, automation tester. So all these are very regular things. Working as a manual tester or working as automation tester, learning manual testing, learning with automation testing, all these are regular things. Now, today, my main agenda, along with these things, along with these things, any person, any person is already knowing about domain or domain testing. Definitely, it will give you added advantage for getting the job after getting the job. For getting the job or after getting the job, domain concept will definitely give you added advantage. So how we can say that it is added advantage? Assume that you got in a job, you done some testing training program, you attend the interview, and you got in a job as a tester. As you are working in the real time, you got one banking project, so you have been assigned it to the banking project and you have to test that. So in simple, as a regular tester, how he will test it? He will just understand only requirement, and according to the requirement he will test it. Because he was a regular tester, he was totally new to the testing, he can just understand the requirement and he can do the testing. That part perfectly okay. But assume that you are already having domain knowledge. I mean, meaning of domain. In simple, the meaning of domain. If I'm taking with meaning of domain, nothing but business. You are having that business knowledge. Business knowledge means not like how much profit you will get or how much loss you will get, what is the investment. That is not I'm talking about. Business knowledge means that product. For example, you are working on banking. When you are testing the banking project, in case you are already aware of that, what are the banking terminologies? If you are already aware of that, what are the banking terminologies or flow of the banking activity? Like you want to do online banking or mobile banking. When you're taking online banking, if you're already aware of that, what are the futures, what are the steps, if you're already having that information, once you got in a testing job to test that banking application, it will become in a more easy and chances of identifying the more bugs also. So when you compare with the regular tester, the one who is having domain knowledge, you will have more importance, because for you, the person who is having the domain knowledge, definitely it will make you comfortable. It will make you added advantage to test that application. Or a simple example, guys. Assume that you are working in the banking industry. You work like banks for 5 years. If you work in the bank for 5 years, like assume that you are working in the loans department. In the loans department, you have been work for 5 years. So if you work for 5 years in the loans department, 100% you will be knowing all the process of the loans, terminology of the loans, terms and conditions of the loans. All that knowledge you will be having. If you are having all that knowledge, assume that you moved into the IT industry and you are working as a tester. You want to test the project related to the loans. Then for you, it will be more easy to test that project, because you are already aware of that, the loan process, the loan terminologies, how that steps need to be followed, everything you will be knowing. So then it will become in a more easy for that person in testing that project. So in the whole conclusion, what I'm trying to explain is, according to this current market, when you are working as a tester or trying to get in a testing job, see that you guys can get some information related to the banking. Definitely, it will give you added advantage. But how you will get? How you will get that information? Maximum training, manual testing concept, automation testing concepts, you can get that information from YouTube or joining any of the training. But domain, you can't get in just the training. You have to work on it. Then only will get that practical knowledge. Because of that, what I can guide you is, take any of the banking application. Nowadays, a lot of banking applications or insurance applications are there. Just go through that applications, see that how the navigations are provided, what are the features are provided. So then very easily it will become in a more comfortable to test that project. As an example, just an example, assume that I'm taking with one of the banking project in our Naresh IT. So if I'm taking with the banking project, assume that if you are comfortable, so just you have to take care about in doing with login. So once you done with the login, as an example, you have to get the knowledge. Okay, what are the features are there? What kind of navigations are there? What kind of steps are there? So if you try to get these information, then definitely it will give you added advantage while attending with the interview or while doing the testing in the real time here. Okay, so as a tester, try to get some information related to the domain. Definitely, it will give you added advantage while doing with the testing. Because as a tester, your main job role is to identify more bugs in the application. If you want to find more bugs in the application, just if it is based on requirement, you can find the bugs perfectly okay. But nowadays, the client expectations are changing day to day. The IT market is changing. In a very starting days, testers are working only as a manual tester. Slowly, we got automation testing. So now the clients are expecting related to domain testing also. So by that, the client is expecting that if the people are having with the business knowledge or domain knowledge, that will make you more comfortable to identify the more bugs. If you find the more bugs in the starting stages, it will give you added advantage to reduce the rework of the project here. So that is how tester has been mandatory. Testing has been compulsory in this current market. So let's take care about more information related to this domain testing and related to this domain concept here. See the first understanding. What exactly mean by domain in the software industry? Domain means some of the people may get in a confusion. Sir, google.com, gmail.com, flipkart.com. So that .com is one domain or the Gmail one domain. Don't be confused with that. That is totally different. There also terminology will use as a domain only. But now what I'm discussing with the respective of the testing, the domain is business knowledge. What is it? Business knowledge. That is what I given some brief information. The domain knowledge is knowing about that requirement, like banking project. What are the banking requirement? E-commerce project, e-commerce related requirement, and terminologies like related to banking. What are the terminologies related to insurance? What are the terminologies nowadays? Healthcare project, lot of healthcare projects are coming into the market. So when you take that healthcare projects, if the people are already available some terminologies related to healthcare, definitely for them it will be easy to test that particular project here, right? So that is how, as a tester, if you want to have more growth in testing, or if you want to get in a testing job very easily, along with the testing knowledge, try to get some domain knowledge. Definitely, it will give you added advantage, but not like possible to get all the business knowledge, like taking banking, insurance, manufacturing, healthcare, e-commerce. Not like all the things you need to try. Try to take some two or three, like mainly banking, insurance, healthcare. These three main as a part of current market. If we try to get some terminologies related to these three, it will be very easy to test with the project here. So that is what I mentioned, mainly requirements related to that project, terminologies related to that business, and functionality related to that business. So how you will get these three things? Requirements, client will provide. Client will provide about project requirement. Terminologies you have to gain. So how you will gain the terminology? You have to go through the project. For example, if I'm taking this banking project, see this banking project, you are able to see some terminologies like branches, under that register branches, view branches, account to type, different type of account type, employees, what kind of employee, report, what kind of report. So you are able to see a lot of terminologies here. Fund transaction, if I'm taking with the view branch, you will be able to see branch address. So lot of terminologies you will be able to see here. So these terminologies you need to be get. If you get these particular terminologies, right? If you get these particular terminologies, you can understand that some of the terminologies related to that particular banking sector. So that means you have to do this. You have to go through that project. So related to that and see that what are the terminologies. From there, you will be getting with the knowledge related to the terminology. After that, functionality. So functionality, this is also you have to work on that particular project. For example, I want to register one branch. So to register one branch, I'm giving with the fields. I'll click on the register button. Then what is the next step it has been displaying? What is the next page it has been displaying? That functionality. If I click on this home, if I just click on the home, giving with the home page one functionality. So related to that particular respective project, if you guys are getting this kind of knowledge, it will be very easy to get in a job as a tester or to work as a tester. So mainly you have to get requirements, terminology, functionality. So by that, very easily we can find more bugs in the application. Very easily we can find more bugs in the application, because that is what the final target. If I'm taking with the final target of the tester, the final target of the tester is to find more bugs in the application. So finding with more bugs in the application, that is what the target here. Okay, so this is what the basic information related to this particular respective domain testing, considering the taking care about this particular domain knowledge here, right? Okay. So conclusion, the meaning of domain in the software testing is getting the information, getting with the information related to that application requirement, and taking with terminology, and taking with functionality here. Okay, so this is what we are taking care about related to this particular respective terminology. Okay. Next, if I'm taking with domain knowledge, see that why domain knowledge is more important. If I'm taking with the domain knowledge, if I'm taking the domain knowledge, why this domain testing or domain knowledge is important? First thing, first point, it will reduce the training time. Because think about real time perspective, you have to work on the banking project, the person is already having the domain knowledge, the business knowledge. So for him, again, not like mandatory that to give the training related to the terminology. Definitely it will reduce the training time has been reduced indirectly, that it will save budget of that project. Exactly or not? Otherwise, if that company need to give some training to the testing team related to all the banking terminology, they have to recruit one trainer and then they have to give the training. So all these will be the extra thing. Budget will be increasing for that project. In this current market, each and every client has been taking care about how we can reduce the budget for the client here. So because of that, so that is the reason how they are taking the job openings. Nowadays, you can see some testing job openings, not only testing, even developer job openings also. Some of the specific job openings will be there. They will write one point in the last. Domain knowledge is added advantage for the job. Because if the people is already having that particular domain knowledge, it will be reducing the training time here. By that, the budget also has been reduced. The budget will be saved for that particular project here. And after that, if you are having that business knowledge or the domain knowledge, it will help you to identify the bugs in the very starting way, in the very starting of the project. Because you have to refer the requirement. By referring the requirement, you have to test the project. Perfectly okay. But apart from that, if you're already having the business knowledge, in the very starting stages only, we can identify the bugs here. So there is a chance of identifying with the bugs in the starting stages only. If you identify the bugs, if you identify the bugs in the starting stages, 100% it will reduce your rework here. Definitely it will reduce your rework. That is the reason domain knowledge or domain testing will help you with that. After that, in case of having the domain knowledge or business knowledge, even sometime for your client, you can suggest some ideas here, saying that, so client, previously I done this project. This is how I am having some knowledge. So I seen that this is how UI features or some of the new features are there. So there may be a chance if you implement this feature, it will give you added advantage for your project. So definitely it will help you that client to give some ideas to the client. This is how you can go with some new features can be implemented here. Right. So it's not like only ideas. You can tell them like that particular business process also. So what exactly that particular business process. So you can guide them. We can give some inputs to the client. So think about it. If you are in the stage of you are giving some guidance to the client, then see how much important you are to that project. If you reach to that level, if you reach to that level as you are giving some guidance, I mean, you're giving some ideas, there is nothing wrong in that. Definitely it will give you added advantage to the clients. So because of that, you need to reach into that level to have your career in the very fast way. Because assume that if you are in the position, you are giving some guidance to the client saying that this is how we can add some new features. If unfortunately client has been accepting that, definitely will be having more preference in the project here. right? So that is the reason I'm saying that try to have some domain knowledge. 100% it will give you added advantage for the testers, not only testers, even for developers also, it will give you added advantage. Like in the market, you are able to see that lot of domains are there. If I'm taking with the domain as an example, I mentioned that banking domain, insurance domain, finance domain, HRMS domain, ERP domain, telecom, lot of domains are there. As an example, I given only some domains here. Lot of domains are there. For example, best example, take the games domain. Just you guys search in the Naukri, just in any of the job portal, Naukri job portal, Monster, any of the job portal, just you can type like game testing. If you type like game testing, you will be able to see lot of jobs related to the game testing. When they are taking the interview related to the game testing, you can cross check that some of the interview questions related to the game testing, they will be asking that what are the games you played in the mobile, or what are the games you played in the system. Because if the person is already played that games, he will be having the knowledge how many stages will be there, what are the challenges, what are the difficulties they faced it while playing the games, what are the easy thing. If you are giving that inputs for them to that IT company, for them it will be more easy to develop that application or to test that application also. So because of that, when you are thinking about whether the IT job as a developer or tester, if you're having some extra knowledge related to the domain, definitely it will give you added advantage. Not like possible, like one person need to gain all the knowledge of all the domains here. That can be done when you're getting more experience. When you're working in the IT industry for 10 years, 12 years, or 20 years, as you will handle multiple projects, then there is a chance of you can gain the knowledge of multiple domains. But in the initial stages, as a fresher level, or taking like experience of 3 to 4 years of experience, try to get some three main domains: banking domain, insurance domain, healthcare domain. These three domains will make you major role for getting with the jobs also here. Okay. And if I'm taking with this particular one, mainly I'm targeting with the banking here. So mainly I've been targeting to banking domain. So if I'm taking with this particular banking domain, so what exactly mean by that particular banking domain? In simple, if you take the banks in general, if you take with the banks, you can understand that which can help you related to financial transactions, right? So to go with that particular financial transactions, it will help you taking with this particular banking part. So what you can do, you can deposit the amount, you can withdraw the amount, you can take care about ATM, you can take care about online transfer, and then this mobile. Lot of things can be implemented in banking. Banking is one domain, one business. Under that, lot of applications, lot of softwares will be there, right? Like online banking, one software, mobile banking, one software, phone pay, one software, Google Pay, one software, Paytm, one software under banking. So that is how we are saying that banking is one domain. Under banking domain, a number of projects are there. So when you're working in the real time, it's not like banking means you will work only one project, right? Under banking, according to that company expectation or according to the client expectation, you have to take care about in working with different type of projects here. So if I'm taking with the concept of banking, or if I'm taking with this banking activity, see, in the simple way, I mentioned business activity of accepting and safeguarding. Nothing but your security. Like really for your amount, the banks will be the more security as you are taking the deposit and everything. Right? So this is one kind of business taking this amount from the people only and distributing to another people in the form of loans, credit cards. That is how the bank people will do, right? It's not like bank people are giving their amount from their pocket. It's not like any of the bank is giving the amount from their pocket. They are not giving from their pocket or their own amount. They are collecting some amount from different customer. That amount will be converted into the loans or taking with the credit card and everything, and they will be distributing. For doing all these particular thing, they will be having some charges. They will take some charges like 1% of charges, 2% of charge or interest rate. So that is how they are getting with the gain, and that is how the banking are getting the profit. Like you're taking home loan or personal loan, they will have some interest rate. So that interest charges will be profitable for that particular bank. So as a banking knowledge, as a banking domain, you need to try to get all these information. What type of loans will be there? What type of saving accounts will be there? What type of process they will follow? To open one bank account, what are the terms and conditions? To distribute one loan, what are the terms and conditions? If you are gaining all these particular knowledge, in future, if you want to test that particular banking project, 100% it will be easy to test it. So that is what first understanding definition of banking. So I'm mainly targeting to the banking. So as part of our sessions related to the domain testing, I'll be giving with a lot of information related to the banking part. And we got types of banking. See the different types of banking. Central bank, like RBI, the main central bank. Cooperative bank. Cooperative bank means related to the villages. Nowadays, even in the villages also, maximum of a small villages also, you are able to see with the bank. That is how the people will say that cooperative bank here. Right? So the cooperative banks mainly related to villages. Commercial banks. Commercial bank means related to business sector, like related to the high-end business sector. Some of the banks will be giving with the loans. So that is how the terminology we are saying that commercial banks here, right? And regional rural banks, like cities. One cooperative banks means we can say like particularly villages. Regional bank means related to that particular area, like related to that particular district, related to that region, related to that region, related to that particular district. You can consider that rural banks here. And local area banks related to only that city. Nowadays, when you guys are visiting your hometown or any of the particular city, you will be able to see the local banks which are related to only that particular city, not outside of the city here. And after that, specialized banks here. If I'm taking the specialized banks, we can say that best example, our taking with any of Bajaj Finance. If I'm taking with the Bajaj Finance, those are not like banks, but they are giving with the loans, and they'll be taking that home loans, even personal loan. So specialized, they are those are the people who has been specialized only for distributing with the loans here. And after that, small finance banks are there, like FinCorp, or lot of finance banks are there in the market here. So those are, we can consider that small finance banks here. And taking with payment banks here. So if I'm taking with the payment banks, if I'm taking with the payment banks, the best example, phone pay or Google Pay, Paytm. If I'm taking with the Paytm, originally is that Paytm is the bank? If I take the Paytm, is that Paytm is originally bank? No, absolutely no. Paytm is not like in a bank, but you are able to see that performing some activities related to the banking sector, like doing the payments or doing the transfer of the amount. So these things will come under payment bags here. So this is how different type of softwares are there. Under central bank, lot of things are there. Cooperative banks, lot of things are there. So you need to get some information related to these particular different types of banking. Apart from this, you guys need to try to get some terminologies. If I'm taking with some of the terminologies related to this particular one, this is all like banking term, account holder, and then annual percentage rate, ATM, automatic bill payment, available balance, bank statement, business day. Lot of things will be there. I need to take care about in explaining these things, types of banking also. Lot of concepts are there related to this particular banking sector. I'll try to give this information on step by step because it will be taking with the more time. So I'll try to handle multiple sessions here, maximum in the next session. When the next session will be conducted, I'll give some information. So, or in our Naresh IT Facebook page, regularly, if you refer the Naresh IT Facebook page also, there you will get the information when the next domain session will be conducted here. Okay, so the whole conclusion of this particular session, what I'm trying to say is, if anyone thinking about to start their career as a software tester or need to get in a software testing job along with manual testing, automation testing, if you gain some information related to domain testing, 100% it will give you added advantage to get a testing job and to work as a tester. How you will gain, how you can get the domain testing knowledge is not like just attending any training. It's mandatory or practical. Practically, you have to take one any of the application of banking, insurance. You have to start working on the application and you have to get some information related to the banking terminologies or insurance terminologies. By working only, you can get the domain knowledge. So because of that, at least for interview purpose, what you can do is just in Google, you can type like what are the banking terminologies, what are the insurance terminologies, at least basic terminologies, it will give you added advantage. Okay, so please take care about these particular things here. I'll come up in the another new session by giving more information related to this banking activity and domain testing. Okay, so for now, for today, I'm stopping this. Just for today, I'm stopping this. I'll spend some time in clarifying with all your doubts. I mean, what any doubt related to the testing career or testing job, whatever it can be. If you're having any kind of clarifications or some guidance required related to this testing activity, you can come up with your questions here. I can clarify all your questions here. Best, I'll try to give unmute option also. By that, you can unmute your speaker and then you can ask the questions also. Let me give in a setting related to unmute. Just a minute. Okay. I have been given unmute option also. If you're having the questions, very happily, you can continue.
Sir, which testing is in more demand these days?
No, that is what all the people need to be very clear. Very good question. Which testing is demand? There is no concept of like that. Testing will be in demand. It's not like manual testing more demand, automation testing more demand, or banking testing more demand. It's not like that. Testing, you need to be comfortable. But in this current market, if you want to get in a job, or demand is manual and automation. Both the
Hello,
things are
sir.
mandatory. Both the
Hello.
things are mandatory. Then only you can get in a job and you can survive.
Sir,
Yeah,
one
carry on.
more thing.
Hello, sir.
In penetration testing, basically it is automation testing or it is a part of white box testing, penetration testing.
No, that will come under black box testing only. Like in manual testing, we can say that white box testing and then black box testing here. So that will come under black box testing only.
And what is the cloud automation? Is cloud automation a part of testing or no? It is
Yeah.
something different.
No. Basically, see that. First thing, testing concept is same. Any testing, what you have to do, you have to take expected result. That expected result you have to compare with actual result. It can be manual testing, automation testing, cloud testing, whatever it can be. But nowadays, the people are hearing the new terminologies like cloud testing, SalesForce testing, domain testing. Why these things are came into the picture is because of lot of changes in the IT projects. Like previously, we have just softwares only for deployed in the server only. But now the market has been started with the cloud. So all the softwares are deploying in the cloud here. So when it has been deployed in the cloud, how that softwares are working in the cloud, that we need to test it.
But the
So how
testing
you will
behavior,
test it?
but the
How
testing
you will
behavior,
test?
but the testing behavior will remain same. No? Suppose the website is
That is
deployed
what.
on server
Yeah,
or on the cloud. If we have to text the text box or a radio button, that the
exactly.
method of operation will remain same. Okay.
Exactly. So that is what I'm trying to say. So testing concept will be the same, just you will heard different terminologies. But only the thing is when you're taking the cloud, so cloud testing, the people will expect some knowledge related to the cloud, like what is mean by cloud, like sometimes how the client, how the applications are deployed in the cloud, that kind of extra information they can expect, but your testing concepts will be the same. That is the one main advantage when you compare with any job with the testing job here. Okay.
And sir, what about guide wire testing? It has something related to some
Yeah.
automation testing or
Yeah. No, any kind of testing we can automate it. See, that is what the first point I have been explained. When you're taking with the testing, we got two things: manual testing, automation testing. In simple, manual we have to do it. Automation means tool has been doing. That's the only difference here. Okay. So it
QTB
can
is
be
used,
even
sir.
cloud.
These days QTB is used. I don't think QTB is used anymore.
I mean, every tool we have its own advantages. It is having its own disadvantages here. But in this current market, for the current market, mainly we can suggest that Selenium as in a more demand. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, this session is really very helpful because nowadays, when I am seeing in Naukri, it's clearly they are mentioning that testing experience with banking domain. So,
Exactly.
sir, is there any this session after conductor of this session, like is there any live project in this session to get domain knowledge
No.
by implementing
Yeah.
the testing methodologies?
Right. So basically the it's not like only for because of domain testing, you need to have with a different project. It can be any project. Basically how you guys need to do is, in case if you guys are totally new to the testing, trying for testing job, when you're doing the testing training itself, you need to try to do the testing on project. For example, in Naresh IT, as I'm giving with the testing training, I'll train on project like manual testing, one project, automation testing, one project. So when you're doing the testing related to that project, you need to gain more knowledge. At least one project, if you guys are getting comfortable, the same thing can be implemented in any of the projects here. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
And
Yeah.
sir, please share the slide, PPT slide. It's record, sir.
Yeah. What I'll do is this session will be available in the YouTube. So going forward, I'll try to attach this PPT in that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
when your
Yes.
next testing batch will be started for a full stack Java?
Full stack Java, still it is not yet decided. It will take some time. You will get the details on that.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, guys. So please take care about the things, guys. Yeah. Thanks everyone for attending the session. We'll see. We'll hope in coming sessions here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah,
sir.
carry
Hello,
on.
sir.
What about Selenium testing?
Hello, sir.
Selenium testing, no,
Sir,
that is what I'm clearly saying. Yeah, I'll answer. I will answer for everyone. Don't be worried. Please wait. There is no concept of Selenium testing. There is a concept of Selenium tool. That is how nowadays the people are getting confused. It's not like Selenium testing. Selenium is one automation tool which has been used for automation testing. Concept is software testing. Under that, manual testing, automation testing. Under automation testing, you are learning the Selenium tool. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yep.
Sir, I am a full stack student. Means I have completed my Selenium recently. Sir, I have to apply
Okay.
for a job. Means which project can
Okay.
I add in my resume?
No, at the time of learning, as part of your training program, you will get some project, right? You can go with the same project.
Like adapting or
You can. Yes. Yes. You can.
hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yes.
today lecture video available.
Can you repeat your question?
Sir, today meeting video available.
This video will be available in the YouTube. Yes.
YouTube. Okay.
Yes. In the Naresh IT
Thank you,
YouTube, you
sir.
will get. Yeah.
Sir,
Thank you, thank you, sir.
sir, like I already completed my training from Naresh IT for software testing,
Okay.
but I
Okay.
didn't get any call from the HR sir for past 3 months. So what should I do?
What is your year pass out?
Sir, 2020.
2020. So 2020 still there is a chance to try as a fresher level only. But again, nowadays, because of the market is little bit slow down, it's very most important how the way of resume you guys are preparing it. Okay. So resume part is a very most important. I'll try to have one more, what you can say, the YouTube video is there. You can cross check in the Naresh IT. I just given one YouTube session like how you can get the more calls on testing. Just you can go through that. You will get more information related to that. Still, if you are not able to get, you can meet me anyway. I'll be available in the Naresh IT. You can meet me with your updated resume. By that, I can guide you that what are the changes need to be done in the resume. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. So please take care about the things, guys. Please take care about the things. Meet you in some other time. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes. Yeah. Carry
టెస్టింగ్
on.
జాబ్ పోర్టల్స్ ఏమన్నా ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారా సార్?
That
Job
already
portal.
I will be lot of things are there. You can go with the regular things, Naukri portal, Monster, timejobs.com. It's not like only for testing, different portals will be there. That is for related to IT.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, sir,
Yes. Yes.
sir, for manual testing, programming is not required compared to automation.
Absolutely.
Then we need to mandatorily learn programming, right, sir, for automation?
For automation testing, you require the programming knowledge, but not like equal to the developer. Because developer, they have to develop the application, they require more programming knowledge. But if I'm taking with the tester, the basic knowledge has been required. So that particular basic knowledge also in the Naresh IT, you will get as part of testing training program.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Yep. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for
Thank
your
you, guys.
time.
Thanks all. Yeah. Thank you.